How's everyone doing? Welcome to another top 10 most expensive Pokemon cards. Today we have one of everyone's favorite sets, the EX Ruby and Sapphire set. This was one of the most prestigious sets back in the day, and I'm going to let you know right now, if you actually want to still collect and master this set, it is still in the price range for a lot of people, but I would highly suggest you not buy the packs. You will see why it would be significantly cheaper to buy these cards to master the set as opposed to buying the packs. Now, before we get into that, I do want to remind everyone that tonight, Friday, April 5th, at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Pokemon_drama, will be hosting my YouTube Live giveaway event where I'll be giving away tons of Pokemon slabs, singles, packs, and God packs. All you have to do is be on my live tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on my YouTube channel for you to win one of many giveaways that will be given away. I think the most giveaways we've done in one night was 23 giveaways, and the fewest we've ever done in the past year was probably like 15. So I'm hoping to break that record and give more than 23 items away. But until then, you have this video to enjoy. So, let's get into today's top 10 most expensive EX Sapphire and Ruby Pokemon cards. Or Ruby and Sapphire as a set is properly called. At number 10, we have ourselves Chansey EX. This Chansey is a beautiful card and surprisingly is only going for $30.74 on the current market. If you look at this card from a year ago, you can see that the high of this card was $35, so it's gone down by about $5, but still in a very affordable price range for an EX Ruby and Sapphire card. Now, you might think, okay, number 10, it's not that expensive, but it's going to start to skyrocket. Well, let me tell you, you might be a little wrong, because at number 9, we have Magmar EX at $31.64. Only a $1 increase in profit from number 10. This card is going for a total of $31, and last year it had a price of $33, with a height in June of 35 and a low of 31 back in September, making the first two cards in this set very affordable. Yes, $30 is a lot, but if you're looking to master a set that's more than 20 years old, or at least close to it, you're going to be paying a lot more in most of them. At number 8, we have ourselves Electabuzz EX, coming in at only, again, $1 more, $32.12. The lowest this card has been in the past year is pretty close to it at $30.97, and the highest this card has been is $37.56. So a $5 drop since last year. Still a very affordable card. If you think about it, you buy one of these cards one of these cards a month, before the end of the month, you'll have the top 10 most expensive cards from the EX Ruby and Sapphire set. Just think about that. At number 7, we have ourselves Blaziken, who I thought would have been very expensive. But Blaziken is only going for a total of $34.09. Not expensive at all. Looking at last year's price tag, you will see that this card high was actually last year's price of $37.73, and the lowest this card was at was $32.56, but is now going for $34.09. At number 6, we have ourselves Sneasel. Sneasel going for a total of $39.22, getting close to that $40 range, but the bottom of the top 5 Pokemon cards are all between $30 and $40, which I was not expecting at all. Last year's price tag of this card was $37.32, with a high of $39.56 and a low of $33.09. This card is currently going for $39.22 on today's market. At number 5, we have ourselves Hitmonchan EX. This Hitmonchan is going for $41.32. And if you look at last year's price tag, this card was at $34.43. That was the high. The low of this card was $34.22. So from last year to now, it's only gone down about $32. I'm sorry, about $2 on the dot. $2.11 to be precise. At number 4, we have ourselves Scyther EX. Scyther going for a current $44.75. And if you look at last year's price tag, you can see that this card was a lot more expensive. Last year exactly, he was at $54.06 with a high of $55.80. And the lowest is actually at the current market value of $44.75. Now, we are on number 4, and we have still not cracked $50 for a set that is close to being 20 years old, which in most sets, they highly surpass that. Now, a booster pack of EX Ruby and Sapphire goes for something insane like close to $1,000. Yet the most expensive card you could pull out of here doesn't even get nearly that high, as you will see. Don't want to give any spoilers. Now, before we get to the top 3 of the top 10 most expensive, we're going to go through the 5 cards that didn't quite make the cut of the top 10, but deserve an honorable mention. Number 1 of the 5 is going to be the Delcatty. This card is going for $14.93. And if you look at last year's price tag, you can see that last year it was $14.51. So really a 40-cent increase, 42 to be exact, and a high of $19.99 with a low of $14.61. Number 2 of 5 of the honorable mentions goes to Wailord. Wailord going for $14.97. Let's look at last year's price tag, where he was at $14.65, but the reverse holo was actually worth more at $15.65. So in total, he's gone from $14.97 to $14.65, so only a 32-cent increase. Last year, though, the highest the reverse holo went was $17.85, and then it took a drop to $6.65. Ouch, single digits. Number 3 of 5 of the honorable mentions is going to go to Gardevoir. This beautiful card, I am shocked, is only in the honorable mentions and not even in the top 5. I mean, this is a majestic card right here with the illustration that they have in the holo pattern. Really makes me question who prices these. But nonetheless, the current price is the more expensive reverse holo at $24.47. And if you look at last year's price tag, the reverse holo actually was very low at $20.23 compared to what the holo was at with its height of $26.08. So this card's fluctuation is kind of crazy. Up, down, down, up, side to side, left to right, kind of all over the place. At number 4 of the 5 honorable mentions is going to be Aggron. Aggron is going for a $27 reverse holo price tag, which has skyrocketed in the past 3 months by more than double. And if you look at last year's price tag, you can see that the reverse holo was only going for $12.60. The low of it was $12.50. And the height of it is current at $27. This big bad boy is going for the highest he's been at a very high pinnacle point in the past year. Now it's number 5 of the top 5 honorable mentions, and that is going to go to Swampert. Swampert is going for $28.65 in a holo form. And if you look at last year's price tag, we can see that his price has actually been higher at $30.17 with a height of $35.45 and a recent low of $27.13. Now currently sitting at $28.65, this card has gone down only about $1.50 in price since last year. Now, it's time for the top 3 honorable mentions of, top 3 of the top 10 most expensive EX Ruby and Sapphire Pokemon cards. Here we go at number 3. Number 3 is going to be the Lapras EX from Ruby and Sapphire. This beautiful Lapras really looks like he comes from the Team Rocket Returns set, as he's pretty dark and evil looking right there. Total price is $50.50, finally getting over that $50 hump, and it's actually gone down in the past 3 months by $3.50. Last year's price tag of this card was pretty similar at $50.93. So this card has only gone down 43 cents in the past year, being that it's at its current lowest it's ever been. The highest this card has ever been is $59.02. Now, number 2 of the top 10 most expensive EX Ruby and Sapphire Pokemon cards. Number 2, if you didn't see my misclick, is the Sceptile. This card is going for a current reverse holo high of $52.42, and in the past month alone has skyrocketed from $41.48 to $52.42. So it's gone up about $10.94. But if you look at the card from a year ago, you can see that the reverse holo wasn't anywhere near where it is now. Currently at $52.42, it was at $21.07, so it has gone up $31. However, the holo was more expensive a year ago at $31.38, and only recently got surpassed in late November, mid-December by the reverse holo, which since has taken off even more. Now, it's time for the number 1 most expensive Pokemon card from the EX Ruby and Sapphire era. And before we get to it, just a gentle reminder, tonight, April 5th, this Friday, today, at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'll be giving away God Packs, Booster Packs, Single Pulls, and Pokemon Slabs, totally for free to everyone who comes in. Well, everyone will have a chance who comes in to my YouTube live event tonight, April 5th, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You want to be there. You don't want to miss it. You're going to win, and you know you're going to win. So make sure you're there to make sure you win. Now, for the number 1 most expensive EX Ruby and Sapphire Pokemon card is going to go to none other than the Mewtwo. This beautiful Mewtwo card doesn't quite hit $100 at $92.90. If we look at this card from a year ago, we will see that this card was actually more expensive and at a height of exactly a year ago with $118.78. The cheapest this card has been is $83, $85, somewhere in later January, currently holding at $92.90, making it the number 1 most expensive Pokemon card from EX Ruby and Sapphire. Thank you everyone for tuning in, and like I mentioned, I do suggest that you, if you wish to master this set, do not buy the packs individually, as they are close to upwards to near $1,000 per pack. But instead, make sure you buy these cards individually, and it will save you a substantial amount of money, as the most expensive Pokemon card pull out of this set doesn't even come close to what 1 pack costs. So make sure you stay safe, you stay knowledgeable, and you stay aware of what is the cheapest option of collecting as much Pokemon as you can. Alright everyone, that concludes today's episode. Don't forget to like, comment, and if you have not yet, become a subscriber. Comment down below what set or individual Pokemon you would like to see featured in next week's top 10 most expensive Pokemon cards. And don't forget, like I said before, Tonight, April 5th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you'll have multiple chances of winning Pokemon Slabs, graded Pokemon cards that means, booster packs, god packs, and single pulls from the pull box. Our record for giveaways has been 23, and we hope to break that tonight with even more giveaways in one night. And yes, you can win more than once, but you gotta be in it to win it, so make sure you're there tonight, April 5th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on my YouTube channel for your chance to win. All right, everyone, that concludes today's episode. Make sure you say the slogan with me, make Hollows great again, and keep poking on. Until next time, peace out and happy collecting.